Robert Louis Stevenson. Treasure Island. Chapter 25. I Strike the Jolly Roger. I had just got onto the bowsprit when the flying jib suddenly moved and filled with wind from the other side, with a loud sound like a gun. The ship shook from top to bottom because of this change. But in the next moment, the other sails still had wind, and the jib fell loose again and hung without movement. This almost threw me into the sea, so I quickly crawled back along the bowsprit and fell headfirst onto the deck. I was on the side of the ship away from the wind, near the front. The mainsail was still full, and it blocked my view of part of the back deck. I could see no one. The deck had not been cleaned since the mutiny, and there were many footprints. An empty bottle, broken at the neck, rolled back and forth in the water on the deck like a living thing. Suddenly, the Hispaniola turned straight into the wind. The jibs behind me cracked loudly. The rudder moved hard. The whole ship shook and jumped. At the same time, the main boom swung across, the ropes making loud sounds, and I could now see the back deck. There were the two men who had been on watch. The man with the red cap lay on his back, stiff like a stick. His arms were stretched out like a cross, and his teeth showed through his open mouth. Israel Hands was sitting against the side of the ship. His head was down on his chest. His hands lay open on the deck. His face, under his tan, was as white as a candle. For a while, the ship moved wildly like a bad horse. The sails filled first on one side, then on the other. The boom swung back and forth, and the mast made loud sounds from the strain. Sometimes waves came over the side, and the front of the ship hit the water hard. This large ship moved much more roughly than my small, uneven coracle, which was now lost at the bottom of the sea. Every time the ship jumped, the man with the red cap slid from side to side. But it was terrible to see that his position and his fixed, open smile did not change at all. And each time the ship moved, Hands seemed to sink lower and lower. His feet slid farther out, and his body slowly leaned toward the back of the ship. Little by little, I could see less of his face. At last, I could see only his ear and part of his beard. At the same time, I saw dark blood on the deck around both of them. I began to believe that they had killed each other while drunk. As I stood there, watching and thinking, there came a quiet moment when the ship was still. Then Israel Hands moved a little. With a low sound of pain, he turned partly around and slowly went back to the position where I had first seen him. The sound showed that he was hurt and very weak. His open mouth and the way he moved made me feel sorry for him. But when I remembered what I had heard him say by the apple barrel, all my pity disappeared. I walked to the back of the ship until I reached the main mast. "Come aboard, Mr. Hands," I said in an ironic way. He slowly turned his eyes toward me, but he was too weak to show surprise. All he could say was one word: "Brandy." I thought there was no time to lose. I moved quickly, avoiding the boom as it swung across the deck again. Then I went down the stairs into the cabin. It was a terrible mess. All the locked places had been broken open to find the chart. The floor was covered with mud where the men had sat to drink or talk after walking through the marsh near their camp. The walls, painted white with gold decoration, were covered with dirty hand marks. Many empty bottles rolled together in the corners as the ship moved. One of the doctor's medical books lay open on the table, and many pages were torn out, probably to light pipes. In the middle of all this, the lamp still gave a weak, smoky light. I went into the storage room. All the barrels were gone. Many of the bottles had been drunk and thrown away. Since the mutiny began, it seemed that not one of the men had been sober. While looking around, I found a bottle with some brandy left for Hands. For myself, I found some biscuits, some pickled fruit, a large bunch of raisins, and a piece of cheese. I took these things back to the deck. I put my food behind the rudder, where hands could not reach it. Then I went to the water barrel and had a long, deep drink. Only after that did I give Hans the brandy. He drank a large amount before he took the bottle away from his mouth. "Aye," said he, "by thunder, I really needed that." I had already sat down in my corner and started to eat. "Are you badly hurt?" I asked him. He made a rough sound. "If that doctor was here," he said, "I would be fine in a short time. But I have no luck, you see, and that is my problem. As for that man, he is dead," he added, pointing to the man with the red cap. "He was not a real sailor anyway. And where did you come from?" "Well," said I came here to take control of this ship, Mr. Hans. From now on, you should see me as your captain, until I say otherwise." He looked at me in an unfriendly way, but said nothing. Some color had come back to his face, but he still looked very sick. He also kept sliding a little as the ship moved. "By the way," I continued, "I cannot keep these colors, Mr. Hans. With your permission, I will take them down. It is better to have no flag than this one." Again, avoiding the boom, I ran to the flag ropes. I pulled down the black flag and threw it into the sea. "God save the king," I said, waving my cap. And that is the end of Captain Silver. He watched me carefully and in a sly way. His chin stayed down on his chest. "I think," he said at last, "I think, Captain Hawkins, you want to get to land now. Maybe we can talk." "Why, yes," said I. "With pleasure, Mr. Hans. Go on." And I went back to eating with a good appetite. "This man," he began, weakly pointing to the dead body. "O'Brien was his name, an Irishman. This man and I set the sails, because we wanted to sail her back. Well, he is dead now. He is as dead as can be. And who will sail this ship now, I do not know. Unless I help you, you cannot do it, as far as I can see. So listen. You give me food and drink, and a scarf or a handkerchief to tie my wound, and I will tell you how to sail her. That sounds fair to me." "I will tell you one thing," said I. "I am not going back to Captain Kidd's anchorage. I want to go to North Inlet and leave the ship safely there." "Of course you do," he cried. "I am not such a fool after all. I can see it, can't I? I tried my luck, and I lost. And now you have won. North Inlet? I have no choice. I would help you sail her even to Execution Dock, by thunder. Yes, I would." It seemed reasonable to me. So we made our agreement at once. In 3 minutes, I had the Hispaniola sailing smoothly with the wind along the coast of Treasure Island. I hoped to go around the North Point before noon, and then sail down again to North Inlet before high tide. Then we could safely run the ship onto the beach and wait until the water went down so we could land. Then I tied the tiller and went below to my chest. There I took a soft silk handkerchief that had belonged to my mother. With this, and with my help, Hans tied up the deep wound in his leg. After he ate a little and drank some more brandy, he began to feel better. He sat more upright, spoke more clearly, and looked much stronger. The wind helped us greatly. We moved fast like a bird. The coast of the island passed by quickly, and the view changed every minute. Soon we passed the high land. Then we sailed beside low, sandy ground with small pine trees. After that we passed it, too, and turned around the rocky hill at the north end of the island. I felt very happy with my new control of the ship. I enjoyed the bright, sunny weather and the changing views of the coast. I now had plenty of water and good food. My conscience, which had troubled me for leaving my friends, became calm after my success. I think I would have wanted nothing more, except for the way the coxswain watched me. His eyes followed me around the deck in a strange way, and he often smiled. It was a smile that showed pain and weakness, like the smile of a tired old man. But there was also something else in it, a little mockery, a shadow of danger. He watched me again and again while I worked,